Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday Live. I am Bethany Zell. I'm the Program Director for Healthy You at Cary Medical Center, and I am thrilled to welcome Beth Singer, who is also a colleague of mine at Cary Medical Center, and she currently oversees the Age-Friendly Caribou Initiative, but also works with some different aging population programs in our hospital and in our communities. Welcome, Beth.
Hi, thank you.
And so we're here together today going live for Wellness Wednesday Live because September is Healthy Aging Month. And so you've been the coordinator, as I said, of the Age-Friendly Caribou Initiative at Cary for the past couple years. So what is that program? What kinds of things are you addressing through Age-Friendly?
Well, the age-friendly community is actually a part of an AARP and the World Health Organization initiative, and that we are trying to make our communities throughout the world livable for people of all ages. And so Caribou, we joined the initiative about a couple years ago. And the first thing that we did was we conducted a survey of our community to see what are some of the needs and resources that we need to enhance in our community to make it more livable for people of all ages. And we had an excellent response. And of course, some of the things that came back, we weren't too surprised about, but it's something that we know that we can do more to work on. The top thing that came back was, of course, access to healthcare. We have some excellent healthcare in our community, but we also we don't necessarily have access to like specialists or some, things like that around here. But one of the things that we can do as a community to help address that is working together with like programs like this, like Healthy You and the Caribou Rec, and doing things to really enhance healthy aging initiatives so that, the healthier we are, the better we are, then maybe we don't necessarily need to see some of those specialists. But if we do, we are looking at some options right now of possibly grants and stuff for telehealth, partnering with, Cary Medical Center on that. But that's something that, is in the future. So, we'll have to see. We are still creating an action plan, which includes all of these great ideas that we have and things that we want to get done. One of the first things we did, though, was this. You might have seen it. Let's see if I'm this way.
Yep, I see it.
It's a magnet. It just sticks to your fridge, and it has important numbers for places throughout the Caribou community. And so we've gotten those out into the community, and we're gonna be printing a bunch more because we've had requests for more. And so that's just a small thing that we did just to kind of get our name out there a little bit. Also this fall with winter coming, we have a whole bunch of those 5-gallon buckets. And so we're going to be partnering with the city of Caribou to get those filled with a sand salt mixture. And we're also going to work with Meals on Wheels to get those buckets out to older adults that desperately need some little extra help with keeping their sidewalks clear. But if you happen to know anybody that might need a sand bucket, or you think might need a little extra help with that, just go to our Facebook page. It's Age Friendly Caribou on Facebook. And you can just send us a message and give us a request for that. And then also, we're hoping once all of this Corona stuff or COVID ends, that we might be able to get together and start a program on technology, and really just a tech talk where we can get people together to answer basic questions. Sometimes somebody asks me a question like, I don't know how to do this on my phone, or my kids gave me this laptop, I don't know what to do with it. And so that's something that we're hoping that we can all support each other and enhancing our ability of using technology. And then, we always need people to kind of support this program. And so right now our committee hasn't really been meeting very much because of the COVID-19, but hopefully we'll be able to start meeting soon. But if anybody's interested in sitting on the committee or helping with any of these programs, we definitely could use that help.
Awesome. And we'll definitely share some of those links. And I really do hope that COVID-19 situations that are currently happening will alleviate a little bit, at least, so that we can definitely work on that tech talk with our senior community members, because I know when this all started, everybody was kind of forced into this virtual world without any kind of warning. You know, a lot of us had backgrounds and been developing our skills over the years and decades as we've grown, but particularly for those older age adults, you know, they kind of were blindsided by the
Yeah.
forcing of themselves to have to get online. And
Yeah.
so I think we're definitely seeing that, you know, it's slower uptake for older folks to kind of adapt to the technology piece and to feel comfortable enough where they can, you know, willingly and easily sign up for a lot of the things that have gone virtual. I mean, it's amazing when you think about all the resources that are now available to the public that we couldn't access, you know, because we live in Aroostook County and we're kind of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And so it was nice that those opportunities were opened. And so just continuing, I love that age-friendly Caribou is and all of the age-friendly movements are working to kind of bridge those gaps and get everybody up to speed and online.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know you mentioned the sand buckets to help the seniors. Are there any other things that older community members should be thinking about right now as the seasons begin to change?
Yeah, definitely. It's happening fast, isn't it? With fall coming. And but that's something that as you know, Northern Mainers prepping for winter is something that we are used to, but you know, it's as we get a little bit older, you know, we might have been used to being able to shovel or snow blow or things ourselves. But, you know, this winter, if you think that you might not be able to, well, now's the time to schedule or get with someone to see who can maybe come over and shovel your walk for you, or get, you know, hire a plow guy, get them on, you know, so you can get on their schedule so they can come by. That way you can make sure that you can get out of your driveway easily.
I think
Also,
even just identifying the gaps, like, you know, having an
yeah.
honest conversation with yourself, you know, what your
Mhm.
abilities are and what your limitations might be, you know,
Yeah.
and certainly things get more difficult each and every year. So
Mhm.
maybe if people were feeling well enough to get out and take care of things last year, you know, perhaps over the course of the last 12 months, things have changed. And so it's
Yeah.
sometimes hard to give up some of the things that we've been doing for a while, but
And I understand too, you know, sometimes asking for help can be a very difficult thing. But don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. And you know, there are, you know, community groups out there, churches and stuff like that too, that might be willing to help if you can't afford to pay for someone to come, you know, and plow and shovel for you. Also, and now's the time to sign up for heating assistance and ACAP. I think Bethany, you mentioned when we were talking earlier about them having some additional assistance too because of, you know, COVID-19. So give them a call if you think that you might need some heating assistance with your, you know, paying for heating oil and things like that. And then you know, one of the things we in my house, we have a wood stove, and my husband, I'm sure he'll love me saying this, but you know, he's recovering from surgery, and so we had to, you know, stack all the wood and get the wood in the basement, and then you know, we have the wood that has to season, and this whole process that we do every year. But this year we had family that just showed up one day and like, okay, we're going to help you stack all this wood, and it was amazing. And it's something we never would have asked for. I would have been out there with my kids stacking the wood. But they came and we got it done in a few hours. So you know, that was something that we were fortunate to have. But you know, just don't be afraid to ask for help. And then also, right now is the time to get out and enjoy. I mean, it's gorgeous out. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. And I mean, just going out and taking pictures of the pretty leaves, or exploring some of the trails, like the trails around Cary, you know, around the you know, the pond, Collins Pond, yeah. And you know, just because we need to be active and we need to be getting out. And once the snow starts to fly, it makes it a little bit harder sometimes to get out. So definitely try and enjoy it now.
yeah, and definitely getting out to enjoy some of the colors. I just traveled downstate, which is where I'm tuning in from right now, and the colors down here are not nearly as vibrant as what we have going on up in Aroostook County. We could actually see the colors get less vibrant as we were traveling south. So, you know, definitely catch those leaves before they fall off the trees and become a little more stark and bare.
Yeah.
Enjoying these last few weeks, hopefully, before the
Mhm.
snow flies.
Yeah.
So, oh, I know there's so many things to think about when we live where we live,
Yeah.
all the different things that are coming up, roof cleanings and all those
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
things.
Mhm.
And it's awesome that as a county and as communities, we see so much of like what happened with you and your wood. And I know it was family, but I've seen that even happen just in neighborhoods and communities. If we let our needs be known to our neighbors, you're giving them the opportunity to rise to that occasion and
Yeah.
and give and serve in a way that we really all should be doing, especially in light of the different negative things that are happening in our world right now. It's always nice to see those positive things going out and happening. So don't I just want to second what you said about, not being afraid to ask for help. By keeping it all to yourself, you might be robbing somebody of an opportunity to do
Yeah.
something great for you and for other people in our community.
Mhm.
I know over the last few years, we've had a lot of, phone scams and different people kind of playing on the emotions of our older populations. And so I know a lot of people struggle with what to believe. And, now we're in this completely virtual informational section of life, and we're being bombarded all the time with new information. And so what can we believe? And so I guess I'm asking you, as someone who works with some of our older populations, what are a few of the trustworthy sources for information that our older Aroostook County residents could turn to?
Well, first and foremost, the one that comes to my mind all the time is the Area Agency on Aging. They are located in Presque Isle, but you can get services, here in Caribou or in other places around the county. They offer just a plethora of stuff that if you're looking to volunteer, if you need someone to come to your home and maybe sit with a family member, or they have the friendly visitor programs, they have classes, they've got if you need assistance trying to find if you have a family member that needs to transition into um, a nursing facility or something like that, those are is really challenging stuff. And then even with Medicare is that is a huge thing to tackle, and they can help you with that. And so I would definitely give them a call and see what are some of the things that they can do. They also have a website and a Facebook page. They have a new person there that's helping out with their community relations and getting information out, which is great because he's been sending me a ton of stuff. I've been trying to share it on the Age Friendly Caribou Facebook page. They have some other events coming up that'll be announced later. And like you said too, with like trying to know who to believe and stuff. And Senator Susan Collins, now this isn't a political thing, this is just, I'm just saying that her team has resources and information on fraud awareness. And she has been very active with that. And so, that's someone that you can contact her office and learn more. If you have questions like, I just got this email, I don't know if this is correct, they might have some resources and stuff for you as well. And then also AARP Maine, they have a lot of information and stuff and resources for things that are going on throughout the state of Maine. And they're also our partners with the Age Friendly Initiative. And if you just have questions and you're not sure, like maybe don't remember, who can I call for this, or what is, some other stuff, Maine 211. That's an easy number to remember. It's not an emergency number. It's if you aren't sure, all right, I will need to get heating assistance, but I can't, what is the name of that company, or who do I need to call? And if it's really easy just to remember 211, just write it down and you can have that. You can call them and they can tell you, oh yeah, this is where you can go if you need heating assistance. This is who you can talk to. If you have, questions about maybe, mental health awareness or something like that. So if they just have a lot of organizations throughout the state have signed up for it. And so they have this huge, like, virtual phone book pretty much, and they can help you find that. And so just give them a call if you need it.
Yeah, it's a really great resource and it's kept up to date. I know that as running Cary programs, we're called to update our listings once a year. And so I'm sure that as this pandemic has gone on, I'm sure agencies have gotten back on there and updated with hours that might have been changed or disrupted or adapted to accommodate the pandemic. And so I know it's something that's constantly being revised, looked at, and reviewed to make sure that it's the most accurate, more accurate than some of even the older printed materials. Like I remember back when we had the Pathfinder, and I've heard that that's going to be coming back into fruition at some point. Someone's going to be doing an updated Pathfinder, but once you print those materials, they become stationary and stuck in time. And so if something changes tomorrow, it won't necessarily be reflected the way that the 211 number can definitely be easily updated.
Yes.
That's awesome. And and I know, just going back to the Senator Collins things, again, it's not political. She's one of the heads on the Senate Aging Committee, and that's why she's so deeply invested in making sure that the people of Maine know how to deal with being healthy as they age. And so we're really excited that the national people have made this an awareness month so that we can continue to focus on this topic and continue that drumbeat and getting good information out for our people to know. Another thing that generally pertains to older people, but just people in general, sometimes people with chronic conditions tend to suffer from this kind of thing. But this week we are also drawing attention to falls prevention, not fall as in autumn, but falling down. And that's something that we tend to see a lot more as we age, tend to lose our balance and not be quite as steady on our feet as we might have been. And I know I've made that mistake many times, thinking that I had the ability to do something that required a lot more balance than what my body allowed me to do. So as we look at this week being a way to look at places where we might be at risk or areas in our home that might be unsafe and cause us to fall unnecessarily, do you have any tips for how we can kind of raise our awareness personally and look at different safety things around this issue?
First, probably the most important thing is exercise and keeping your body mobile and moving. And if so, taking classes like yoga classes and Tai Chi, and anything that's going to build up your muscles, build up balance. We have bone builders classes. Like I mentioned, the Area Agency on Aging has some virtual Tai Chi classes that you can take right now.
And I heard they've been really well.
They've been
very well attended.
Yeah, people are excited about it. It's something you can do in your home, and I think it's wonderful, and that people are so excited to participate in this because it is something that you will really benefit from. And even if you can't get to a class like that, or if you're a little nervous about going to a class like that, there are some online programs you can do. Also, just getting out and going for a walk, doing some stretches. And if you have questions or concerns, talk to your doctor. And again, don't be afraid to talk to your doctor, because some people just have that fear of falling, and your doctor can do an evaluation that'll help them and help you know if you are a little bit more at risk of falling. And then if you have fallen, definitely talk to your doctor, because there might be some things that are going on that they can do to help prevent it from happening again. Like for one thing, certain medications that you take can, sometimes they can make you dizzy or lightheaded, and that can contribute to falling. If you have poor vision or poor hearing, that can also contribute. So making sure you're getting your vision test and your hearing test done. And so this is all stuff that you can talk about with your doctor to make sure that you're safe. And then also making your home safe. If you have throw rugs, they're pretty, they're fun, but if they're not tacked down, they can easily slip. Making sure you have grab bars in your tub. And then There are, like, if you go online, I haven't found them here locally. I've only been able to find them online. There's stickers that you can stick to your tub, but they have nice little grips to them and they stick really good. Because, like, if you go to Walmart, the little ducks and stuff, those are usually just for decoration. They're not really going to help prevent you from falling. Sometimes they can even increase your chance of falling because they might, pick up and slip. And so, those are things to think about. Making sure you have good lighting, especially outside. As it's getting darker, if you know that, you got to walk down a little bit of a slope, or if you have like a gravel driveway, if you have good lighting, you know that you're going to be able to see where maybe some of those little holes or dips and stuff are. And,
And that lighting, I think, that would be good in the nighttime too,
oh yeah,
having,
yeah.
you think of night lights kind of being for kids, but if you're
No,
someone
yeah.
who might frequently be getting up to go to the restroom in the middle of the night, putting a few little night lights to guide your way, kind of like the air traffic
Yeah.
controllers, follow the lighting
Totally.
to the
Yeah.
restroom safely.
And you can find fun ones too. Like, well, we have in our stairwell one that's a motion sensor one. And so when anybody's going, like, gets close to the stairwell, it automatically turns on, and it's only on triggers when it's dark. And then also I have some that look like mushrooms that are coming out of the wall. So, and there's ones that have like little flowers and plants. I mean, there's stuff, so it doesn't have to, necessarily be, a superhero or something. It can be cute and fun. And it helps make your home a little bit more safe. And one of the things too, the Fort Fairfield Housing Authority, if you contact them, I believe they're still doing this. They were offering a free program where if you sign up, they have a team of people who are trained and can come out and they can help with some of the stuff. So they can help install some lights, they can help install some grab bars, they can do some things around your house to make it a little bit safer. And they do an assessment too. And this is all for free, and they do it throughout the county. So that is something that's just been an amazing resource that we've been trying to help promote for them. And
That's really cool. And
yeah.
if you provide the info, we can definitely link that up and
Oh
get
yeah.
people connected to all of these resources. I think this
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yep. And then again, not being afraid to ask for help. Get support from your family. And if you I don't know how to install a grab bar in my tub. And if I did, I would probably crack tiles, or it wouldn't be good enough and it would fall right off. And so I would want to ask, a friend or a family member for help, maybe someone that I know, or contact, even if you were to contact the Fort Fairfield Housing Authority, or even, someone else. And you see it all the time. If you know how to use, Facebook fairly well, there's groups on Facebook, like the Aroostook County Classifieds and things, like, where you can just put feelers out there. Does anybody know, a contractor that can come and do this? And people are so willing to share, and who they've worked with. Oh, this person's great. They're insured, they're trustworthy. And so you can use that as a resource as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all of this great information. And I love that we're doing some great work in our communities to help people age in a more healthy way. And we're certainly looking for more resources all the time. And we're certainly looking for needs and ways that we can help match people up with the things that they need to live healthy and successful lives. And so I thank you so much for your time and for joining us today. For those of you watching, I hope you'll join us back here in October for our next Wellness Wednesday Live with Healthy You at Cary Medical Center. Thanks so much and have a great day.